Hello everyone, Dr. Stillman here, and today we're going to tackle a surprising question. How much television should you watch? Okay, so you might think that the answer is 0, and you may consider television to be your guilty pleasure, but I have news for you. There may actually be a sweet spot for television viewing, and we're going to talk about what it may be. You will notice, right, that the less than 1 hour per day actually has a higher adjusted mortality rate than the 1 to 2 hours per day. And the 2 to 3 is much worse, and the 3 is much, much, much worse, right? Now, these are not particularly high numbers. This is total mortality. And again, it's adjusted, but this is 0.5%. This is 1%, and this is 1.5%. What's the takeaway here? And why might we not be surprised by this? So excessive television viewing greater than 3 hours per day, these people may not be doing very much with their lives. They may be very sedentary. They may not ever get out of the house. People who don't get out of the house, don't engage in society, are sucked into their digital world. I will tell you that clinically, they tend to be depressed. They tend to be anxious. They tend to put on weight. They tend to wind up with a really wide array of medical issues. And that is why television is so unhealthy in excess. The 2 to 3 hours a day, I think that's an obvious decrement from the greater than 3 hours a day in terms of their mortality. But why do the people with less than an hour a day of television viewing have greater mortality or equal mortality to the people who view 1 to 2 hours per day? And here's what I want you all to understand about this. When I see this, I think, okay, who's viewing television less than an hour a day? It's the extremely busy, the extremely stressed, and people who are very disconnected from society, because television is very much a social thing. We watch TV with our loved ones, with our families, with our friends. If your trigger to watch TV is a social one and you don't have any social life, it would make sense that you would not watch any television, but that doesn't make you healthy. Likewise, 1 to 2 hours a day, that's probably somebody who has got some combination of a healthy social life and they're plugged into their society. They're curious about what's coming on Netflix. They're curious about what's coming on Amazon Prime. They're curious about all this stuff. And when they go out, when they are around their friends, they're not disconnected from the conversation. People are talking about some weird new show or some great new show or some fantastic new movie, right? And they're part of the conversation, have this social connection to these people. And this just goes to show you that it's not just about what you eat. It's not just about avoiding fake light, because according to, the premise that fake light is bad for you, you would completely avoid television. And these aren't even people who are using things like blue blockers, right, that mitigate the effects of these things. These are people who, when they're watching television, they're probably being irradiated by radio and microwave frequencies at potentially very, very high levels, right? So again, this goes to show you that some of the things you may think are unhealthy, you may be wrong about. And that's what this channel is really all about. It's about helping you understand the data and really asking practical questions about, well, how should we really live? And this is why I don't bat an eye when I get the urge to go watch, a show on TV or to watch a movie just to kick back, relax, enjoy myself. That's the last thing that I really want to stress with people, is that in our modern lives, it's very tempting to get totally overextended and never take any time to R&R. It is so important to relax. It's so important to carve out that time. The people who tend to not take time for themselves are the people who need help with their emotional issues, because they tend to be just serving everybody else around them, and they often don't love themselves the way that they need to. And I find that frequently that perpetuates their illness, because they never take the time for self-care that they need. And there's no amount of supplements, ozone, sauna, IV therapy, magical thinking, or whatever that's going to make those problems better. There is absolutely no substitute for being relaxed, being around those you love, and enjoying something communal, even if it's something that, according to most people, is something that's bad for you, like television. So as always, thank you for subscribing. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, check out my Telegram and Substack channels. And as always, take care. Have a great day. If this video has been helpful to you, make sure that you check out my link tree below to find out how you can keep in touch with me best. And if you would like to become a patient at my practice, please apply to work with me at stillmanmd.com. Thank you again for watching. Have a great day.